Many of us are looking for ways to save more for retirement. And, we butt up against different regulations and rules that may inhibit us. So we're always looking for, a different way to get around some of these rules if we can. And one of the more popular ways to do it is something called the backdoor Roth conversion. Now, there's, tends to be some questions and confusion around it. So today we're going to talk about how to do it in a simple, straightforward fashion. I'm Kevin Gaines, American Financial Management Group. And the first thing most people need to understand, you need to know about the backdoor Roth conversion is why it exists. So what we're dealing with is a rule that the IRS says, well, it's law, that says you cannot contribute to a Roth IRA if you earn over a certain amount. For example, here's the chart for 2021, and you see right here on the right where it says contribute. If you make over a certain amount, you are not allowed to. Now, this is step one of how we can get to the backdoor conversion. This is the chart for a traditional IRA. Notice the word they use here is not contribute, it's deduction. And that's the secret, is that anybody can contribute to a traditional IRA. You just might not be able to take the deduction, but make as much money. Bill Gates can contribute to a traditional IRA, just can't take the deduction. But he cannot contribute to a Roth because he makes too much money. So that is the foundation that gets us to this backdoor tactic. Now, I do want to take a step back and say simply, it's a little misnamed, this backdoor Roth conversion. Technically, it's more of a backdoor Roth contribution. So that's really what we're trying to sneak around, is the contribution limit. And you can convert any amount of dollars. That's been true for over a decade. There is no income limit on converting. It's the contribution that the problem is, wherein lies the problem. So what do? It's real simple. We contribute $6,000 to our traditional IRA. Big stop sign. We can't contribute it to a Roth, but we can to the traditional IRA. Then once we get it in the IRA, we just simply do a Roth conversion. No income limits, we're fine. Now, why it's referred to as the back door is because we do not have to pay income tax. And that's because we didn't take the deduction on the contribution when it went into the traditional IRA. If you contribute money into your IRA and you do not take the deduction, then you do not have to pay income tax on those dollars when they come out. And converting to a Roth is technically coming out of the traditional IRA. So $6,000 goes into traditional IRA. We do the conversion. Bingo. We then have $6,000 sitting in a Roth account. Real simple, right? Not so fast. So the backdoor Roth conversion works because all of the money that's being converted, you do not have to pay tax on. Well, a lot of us already have IRAs that we've made pre-tax deductible contributions to. It's had growth, which you will have to pay tax on when you take it out. So if you try to do this with that existing IRA, you now run into the pro rata rule, which we've done a video on before to discuss. Bottom line is you're going to have to pay some sort of tax if you do a Roth conversion when you have an existing IRA. So who can do the backdoor Roth conversion? People without IRAs. But IRAs are not 401ks or other workplace retirement plans. So, if you have, you're contributing every year into your 401k and, you just want to put a little extra away, you haven't been doing an IRA, you can do this. You simply open a traditional IRA, you make your IRA contribution, and then you do a conversion. Done. but like I said, getting back, if you already have that IRA, you're going to have math problems when it comes to doing your taxes. So not everybody can do this. Now, there are regulations that, will allow you in some situations to move your IRA into your workplace retirement plan, 401k, 403b, something like that. And that might be an option for you. Big thing to note is just because the IRS says you can do it doesn't mean your employer is going to allow you to do it. But if your employer does allow you to do it, it might be worth investigating if you're looking to get additional Roth contributions into your retirement plan. But also beware, sometimes simple is better. If you have a Roth option at work, that just might be a cheaper and simpler option available to you. So, the final takeaway is, and this is in a broader sense, just because a particular strategy exists doesn't mean it's going to be right for you. Before you do any of these things that you hear about or read about, you need to understand how it applies to you specifically. Do some research, do some reading, talk to people. And if you still have questions or confusion, or you just don't want to deal with the stuff, talk to a professional. This is the stuff we live and breathe. We can help you walk through the pros and cons of any of these situations. Hope you like this quick description. If you have any questions, please reach out to us either here on the comment section or visit our website, afmgplanning.com. And hope to see you next time and talk to you soon. Thank you.